guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Jackie Aina. Thank you so much for joining me on today's review. Jackie. I know. I'm the last person on earth to review the Morphe 350 R2-D2 palette. I am well aware that I'm the last person talking about the Morphe 405 North palette. I'm kidding. It's actually called the 350-2 palette, and this is the sister palette to the ever so famous and ever so coveted 350 palette that came out like 3 years ago and everyone went nuts. I know this is gonna be a bold statement, but I really kind of feel like that palette is what put the warm, well, yeah, I mean, because you have like the Urban Decay Naked series, but then when Morphe came out with the 350, it was really like the only really warm neutral palette that kind of hit mainstream, you know, the beauty community. So we was shook, girl. We didn't know what to do with it. Then it kind of got to a point where it was like, okay, we get it, okay. We see, we know it exists, all right. It keeps coming back, okay, we get it, all right. Got it. So now they have a #2 palette. I've been noticing there's a lot of stuff going on with Morphe. They're like rebranding, everything looks different. Even down to the promotionals, when I received this palette, it looked completely different. So you can definitely tell that Morphe is coming for our edges, okay? So today I will be reviewing and demoing the 350-2 palette for you guys. By the way, I've got great news. All this time I've been using Morphe and I was not an affiliate, but as of last week, that has changed. It was definitely like, ooh, okay, well, let me just get undressed while we're here. I finally decided to just go for it. So you're not gonna believe this, but the name of the code is Edges. You guys know I like coming up with weird names, so I took a Twitter poll and everyone voted that they wanted Edges. So my Morphe code is Edges. Use code Edges at checkout if you want a discount on all Morphe purchases. You might need your edges after you see this tutorial. I feel like I'm about to cook up some fire with this palette, so you might need your edges. Before we get started, I'm gonna ask you nicely if you are not subscribed. If you are not subscribed, when I tell you I will be coming for you and your grandkids, find that button and make it and square up and make it happen, okay? I'm subscribed. Do it. If you don't like warm neutrals, what are you doing on this tutorial? I'm just saying, you already know what you signed up for. It is another collection of fiery, hot oranges, earthy tones. You know what I think would be a great twist, but then again, it would probably defeat the whole purpose of being in the whole 350 family, is that they added in like some duochromy green colors. Like that would be kind of nice. You know, like the ocean palette, the earth, wind, and fire palette. I don't know. Let me stop giving ideas before somebody steals them. This retails for $23. I'm pretty surprised. On the website, it hasn't sold out yet. I'm assuming they made a lot. So that is a plus. It has 35 eyeshadows and they're supposed to be blendable and very creamy, which I find that sometimes mattes from Morphe can be a little tricky for me to work with because on my skin tone, like shimmers across the board, if you mess up shimmers, you might as well just go out of business. I'm not saying Morphe does this, but shimmers are easy to make. Sometimes it's the mattes that really shows you how good the quality of a shadow is. So I'm curious to see if these compare to the other palettes or if they're better and upgrade or if they're worse. I've been pretty much a fan of Morphe stuff across the board. It's not the best stuff, but it's also not the worst either. It's like you get what you pay for, you know? And I think that that's also for the longest time why I didn't want to become an affiliate, because I feel like people just assumed everyone who was an affiliate was biased, and I kind of held on to that, but I'm not an affiliate and I still like their stuff. And I feel like I've held on to that for as long as I possibly can. So nothing's gonna change. It's not like it's the first time I've been an affiliate for a brand. I'm still gonna be giving you my honest thoughts and tea on products. Let's get that very clear. I'm gonna get into my base first. I'm gonna do foundation, brows, all this good stuff. I'm gonna wake up from the dead basically, and then we'll get right into the eyes portion. What it do, I'm back. They've kept the packaging, but they changed the font. This is the old and this is the new, which I kind of think they could still benefit from changing this. This is just, you know, a little coastal sense for me. Like we could upgrade just a little bit, you know, even add like a mirror. What do you think, Morphe? What do you think? And then when you open it up, you get the sleeve with all the names, which I personally wouldn't really keep. I'm just going right in the trash, you know what I'm saying? First things first. Just for demonstrational purposes, I'll hang on to this. I'll play the game for now. First color I will take is Fire. She is icy. Ooh, that swatch. That is one hell of a swatch. Fire's a little neon, and I'm not trying to go neon just yet. What I'm gonna take instead is Heat, which is this color right here. Can y'all see that? Yes, Heat. I'm taking heat and I'm popping her right into the crease. There's still a little bit of fire on my brush because this is looking pretty bright, but that's okay. First immediate thoughts is it could just be the way that I've prepped my eye. It could be all in my head, but I'm definitely feeling a little kick in the matte formula with this palette. Most definitely. I'm finding this pretty easy to blend, and I'm a swirler, so as I dip and swish bish, I'm not getting a ton of kickback. I'm not getting a ton of fallout. Well, I am getting fallout on my eye, but that doesn't really, some people don't like fallout. That doesn't really bother me. And you know, even though there's so many warm colors in this palette, like isn't it still technically fall? Or wait, when did fall end? I don't know. I live in California, so it's damn near spring all year round. But this is definitely like a really nice color palette that I think you can get used to all year round. Just saying, because there's like earthy tones too. It's not just about bright neons and oranges. And you can also judge based on when you layer your mattes. So let's move on to the next color. I'm gonna move on to Chestnut, which is a pretty warm burgundy brown. Chestnut is giving me a tad bit more kickback. Just thought I would point that out. And this time I'm using a slightly tighter brush to get into the outer corner of my eye. This is a pretty subtle color. I'm not really seeing a lot of it on top of our first color. I'm also quite surprised that I don't really see a deep dark in this palette, because I feel like brunette can take it there, but brunette's almost kind of grayish, so it looks more soft. Yeah, Chestnut is just not giving me a ton of color. Like, did I see the definition added to my crease? Absolutely, but I wish I was getting a little bit more definition. And this sometimes is the problem that I have with palettes like these. It's almost like the dark mattes don't show as true to color as they should. Now let's take heat and start blending her along the bottom lash line. Girl, if you have brown eyes, if you have hazel eyes, if you have green eyes, this is going to be your look for summer 18, okay? The brush that I'm using, by the way, is the Sigma Small Tapered E45. I got big old bug eyes, so it's hard for me to find brushes that don't make me look like a raccoon under here. Just to shake the table a little bit, I'm gonna take Brunette, which is that sketchy color I was looking at earlier. Hopefully it's dark enough. I'm almost kind of feeling like with palettes like these, I think I need to start working backwards, using the darker colors first and then layering them into lighter colors, because it's like, you just gotta work. Sometimes you just gotta make do. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so Brunette, come through. There's Brunette, she's there. Brunette's definitely showing. It's still pretty soft, but it's showing up for sure. Start tapping at the lash line and then blend. You know, if you're a beginner with eyeshadow, it's probably gonna be more beneficial to do more tapping than it is swirling, because once you swirl too far north, good luck. So I stick to the lash line and I start feathering the shadow upwards, and that way I get more control over these colors. So they be trying to take over. Okay, you gotta remind them, I did this. All right, stay in your lane. I'm also going to take Brunette, because she's real cute or whatever, and dab her in the inner corner. I've been loving the halo look lately. Don't judge. We all have our thing that we like. So just blend that. Actually, don't blend it. Tap her, show her who's boss. Now I'm taking Chestnut in our same bottom lash line brush and I'm blending that out and smoking it. Oh, that looks really pretty along the bottom lash line. Like, this whole bottom look is just feeling very ombre, very exotica, very summer in Miami. I'm really kind of fiending for one of these two dark yellowy golds. These are just doing something to me right now. I think I'm gonna take, oh God, these swatches, boy. You know what? Oh, this is hard. This is a tough choice. I'm gonna go with this one. This is Zippy. Zippy's cute. Personally, I find I get along just well. Oh my God, that's such a good color. Popping shimmer shadows on with my finger, it just never really steers me wrong. And it's looking real fiery too. Ooh. I don't know why, I just like layering shimmers. It's just what I like doing. I'm gonna actually take Polished, and this actually looks like rose gold. Let's see what that does on top of this color. Oh my God, that's pretty. That turned that into like a fiery, almost like a copper. And this wouldn't be a Jackie Aina look without an inner corner color. So I'm putting Pure right on top of it to kind of brighten it up, which was this color here, lashes that I just discovered. They're based out of UK. It's called Whiplash. And so I bought the whole book because I was like, I don't want one, I want all of them. From this lash book, I'm gonna be wearing Fluff. This is a color that I saw on Justine Skye a couple weeks ago on Twitter, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but I need to have 12 of them. But I've been rocking this lash a lot these past couple weeks because they are really, really nice. This lash is like perfect for this look. So after I did my full face of NARS makeup a couple videos back, a few of you guys told me to go out and get the Casino bronzer from NARS. And I actually do think I kind of like it. I'm taking Casino into my neck and my jawline and the perimeter of my face. This here was not God-given. She's bronze. I'm gonna peach my cheeks. You guys, this is probably one of my favorite products to launch this season from Too Faced. Their cream blushes. Ooh, she's serving you eyes, girl. Oh, I should shoot a campaign just like this. Let me just stop playing. And okay, so it's definitely not as bright as I thought it was gonna be, thank God. I've been dying to get my hands on this ever since I saw it on Twitter. It is Beauty Bakery's latest launch, their coffee and cocoa palette. Look how beautiful. Look how, I'm at a loss for words. I'm gonna take La Vida Mocha and use that as a highlighter. Look how pretty that is. This is actually looking and feeling more like it's supposed to be a blush, so I'm blending that down into my cheeks. And then I'm gonna take You're Grounded and pop that into my highlight. That is so pretty, oh my God. So gorgeous. That is so pretty. Now I'm taking a stippling brush because I do want everything to be blended, especially with this look. This is the perfect cheek. Oh my God, look how pretty that is. I'm gonna finish this off with my Peachy Matte spray. Love this stuff. Just refreshed. This is Pitch from ColourPop. I always use this when I want a really, really sculpted lip. Finish off this Paulbin look, I'm gonna take Vinyl. This is my girl Orpha's latest collaboration with Morphe. She's peach and she smells amazing, so you know she's right up my alley. It's actually more of like a peachy pink. And the dark liner was so we can get that kind of ombre look. Don't it look like I'm going pumpkin picking or what do people do at the pump? Is that what they call it? Pumpkin picking, pumpkin jumping? I don't know. We never did stuff like that when I was a kid. Okay, so that is the demo on the 350 R2D2. So now we've seen what the Morphe Double XL palette looks like, AKA the 350 2. I'm gonna just keep making up names for stuff. That's just what I do. I really wanted to do swatches, but personally, I kind of feel like swatches are kind of BS. Like, I don't know, is it just me? Like, swatches don't really, except for lipsticks. Lipsticks, I do think, are the one exception because you actually wear them the way that you swatch them. Unlike shadows where you blend them out, you know what I mean? Anyway, just to round up my thoughts, I do think you definitely get what you pay for $23. I mean, if you're starting out as a makeup artist or if you're just exploring makeup in general, don't go out and buy a bunch of high-end stuff if you can't afford it. If you can, by all means. But I think that companies like Morphe are definitely bridging the gap for making artistic stuff, you know, affordable and accessible to people, to the everyday average person. Just always be mindful though, you do get what you pay for. A lot of times I hear people compare, this is the same thing as this, and no sis, it's just not quite though. And I feel like when you're chocolate, like that is what will definitely measure whether or not the quality of the shadows were really delivered. What will show up on someone who's super light, or maybe even more on the medium side, may not show up on me. And that is definitely true for shadows. When it came down to some of the colors, like the deeper dark colors, or the colors that were supposed to be deeper dark, I had a little bit of trouble getting them to, as you see, show up on my skin tone. And I always use the same base. I did the same preparatory steps, okay? So it wasn't me. I always go into that with some shadows knowing that I'm gonna have to do things a little bit differently. So I would say maybe start with the darker shades first, the darker mattes first, and then work your way up to the lighter, more bolder, broader colors, because I think you may be a lot more happier with your application versus what I was trying to do working the other way around. But honestly, all in all, great value for money. I really like the color selections that Morphe puts out. I feel like it's foolproof. You don't have to make your own palette or make the selections for you. I think that Morphe does a pretty good job at like creatively putting all the colors together for you at $23 a pop. And you know the Morphe codes be floating around, you know, like a lot of other stuff. But you know that you can get a little bit of extra coins off on top of that. So it makes it worthwhile, to be honestly. Do you guys like this look? Yes or no? Oh my God, this highlight is doing everything for me. I feel like this was like the perfect combination of colors for this look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had fun hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you again for watching, and I know I'm gonna see you on the next one, right? I already know. I don't have to say anything. All I do is I just sit back. Okay, what time is it? I do my thing. I leave my tutorial right here for the world to see, and you know what to do. Oh, and don't forget to use code EDGES at your Morphe checkout. Thanks, Thomas.